All right, so what's poppin', Big Headed fam? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Gotti and Beezy Show. It's your boy, Big Gotti.
It's your boy, Busy Mac, and the handicap assassin.
Yes, sir. I hope everybody had a good week out there, man. God bless everybody. Beezy, jump into that news for him, man. Let them know what's poppin' this week, P.
We gonna get right to it, man. I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes,
man.
sir, man.
So let's get it. We got Rich Homie Quans, man. A lot of speculation, allegations around his death and shit. They're saying that it wasn't accidental, like someone really tried to take him out or something, man. How you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I seen the 911 call, the video with his girlfriend when she was talking.
Yeah.
She wasn't really crying. You know what I mean? Which kind of threw me off. I mean, if your man dying or dead on the couch or on the floor or whatever, you know, why wasn't you crying?
No, for sure. Like, you should sound distraught or panic or something, but it was... Yeah, I haven't heard it, but from what you're saying, yeah, that shit don't sound right at all.
Yeah, then the brother, he kept making up stories, and I guess the brother took pictures of Rich Homie Quans with food in his mouth, choking on the floor, or I guess he was like gargling, so they thought he was snoring, but he was probably like, you know, about to pass away.
No, but that's happened to me a couple times, so I know exactly. Like, I was eating something, laying down, fell asleep with something in my mouth, and woke up and choking on it, you know what I mean? Because I fell asleep, because I was nodding out, because I was off that shit. But yeah, no, that shit ain't safe at all. So it's either they didn't catch it in time, or like, because he had to be sitting there for them not even to be panicking. Like, what are we gonna do? They had to,
for sure.
You know what I mean, start tripping or something. But what would you do? Like,
the amount of drugs that he had in his system, though, leads me to believe that he probably would have overdosed eventually, anyways, because he had a fentanyl, he had alprazolam, he had promethazine with codeine, you know, and he had THC. So
those are a bunch of downers for sure.
Yeah, and that makes you like not wake up sometimes, you know.
And I've been seeing him in the past, like on people's podcasts, like Duke Dennis, and he was like you said, he was turned up, and he looked like he was on something. But it's like, I think he knew too much about the Young Thug case, so he was trying to escape from that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You never know when it's too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, I'm looking at it from both sides of the coin, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, because everybody wasn't acting so like nonchalant. They nonchalant. They acted like they almost didn't care. So it makes me think like maybe someone did put like maybe the fentanyl in his food, or, you know, in some of his pills or something like that, because you had a lot of people at the scene. They didn't even want to say nothing. Like they act like they didn't know what happened. Yeah. There was some girl there. I seen some body cam footage.
Well, that's a big speculation, though.
Yeah, because I seen a girl there. She was like, I don't know. I don't know. I was just here to see this guy. And the brother act like he didn't even want to talk to the police in the first place, which made everybody say, oh, the brother's guilty. And actually, they brung homicide detectives in, you know, to look over the case.
It's getting sticky and tricky for sure.
Yeah, and usually if you overdose, you know, they don't bring homicide detectives in.
So, and the reason why they wasn't talking, that's probably why they brought the homicide, because they probably felt something wasn't right too. Like,
and to take pictures of your brother, if you knew, if like you got paid to take him out, to take pictures of him on the floor while he had food in his mouth, dying, that's cold.
You didn't say that part. That's sus as hell. Like,
yeah. A lot of people been, you know, bringing up a lot of things about what was found at the house, and, you know, the pictures, like, you know, like, I guess they was trying to,
crazy.
And I guess they was trying to, like, you know,
so you took a picture.
You know how you bag on each other back in the day, like, oh, you fell asleep, you take pictures, or you slap somebody, you know, in the middle.
No, yeah, or they catch you nodding out and shit.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I think he was trying to do. But then other people say that he was actually just doing that to confirm that he the one that did it to Rich Homie Quans, because he didn't want him to testify.
Right. Yeah, that sounds about right too.
Yeah.
But why would you take a picture of your brother dying and not help him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that shit don't make no sense. But
and then he said he picked him up off the floor and put him on the couch.
So you're moving the body around. So it's like, yeah, something ain't right for sure.
And if you dying or dead, you know, that's a dead piece of weight you got to pick up.
That's what I mean.
You know
You're moving the dead body from the crime scene. You're moving it around to make it not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's where the homicide people come in. They're like, nah, bro, you can't be moving dead bodies. And you said he was dead, but he seemed like he'd been dead for longer. He was cold.
No, and that shit didn't make no sense, because why would he just die out of nowhere like that?
I don't know. Like, that's why I always got to go both sides of the coin, because if you have that many drugs in your system, you know, I mean, you had to be taking some of them, you know. I'm not
for sure.
Unless they just put it all in one cocktail mix.
Like I just said, you never know when it's too much. And he was mixing all those downers. That shit will stop your heart, because I used to do the same shit and my heart would be jumping.
Yeah, but rest in peace to Rich Homie, man. I hope they didn't do that to him.
My condolences, and that shit gets tricky around the whole situation. Now it's bigger than we thought it was, man.
Especially when the homicide come in. You know, they trying to figure out, man. You know, they ain't gonna play no games.
Well, rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan, man. We need justice if this is really what happened, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to Rich Homie, though. What else you got up for us, P?
Well, since we're in the area, man, we gonna talk about T.I., man. Mm-hmm. He said he's done performing any songs or any tours or anything because he's just coming off the lawsuit win with the OMG girls.
About those dolls, huh? How much they get?
They got 60 mil.
Yeah.
So he said he don't want to do no shows, no performing, nothing. He's too rich now. He got too much money.
Yeah, I mean, and he getting older. You know what I mean?
So, for real.
I mean, if T.I. want to make that decision, I mean, he probably did so many shows. He probably tired of it.
Yeah, so shouts out to him, man.
But would you, if you got 60 million, would you quit?
Shit, I retire too. Go buy me an island and shit.
For real, though. Hey, on everything I love.
Get away from this, man.
Why be out there putting my life in danger, in jeopardy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we said, his son's out there acting up. I get them away, get them out the way. You know what I mean?
And a lot of people don't like T.I. You know, you got a lot of people that go against him and shit like that, say he's a snitch. So, I mean, to not put himself in that situation.
A lot of speculation around.
But, you know, that lawsuit, bro, it really set him up, you know what I mean, for the win. Because when they made them dolls, remember when we reported on it?
Yeah.
They made them dolls. The dolls look just like the little girls, the OMG girls. You know what I mean? So I'm glad the court kind of went in their favor with it. You know what I mean?
Because not their status, their name.
What do you mean?
It was the OMG girls. That was their...
an addition to the...
No. T.I.'s daughter, they were in a group called the OMG girls.
But wasn't the dolls called LOLs?
Yeah, some
LOL like took it, and then they didn't make the doll named OMG.
No, it's OMG, but they changed it to LOLs now.
Oh, okay, but you saying that it was just because I thought it was like a special edition of one that they made. They weren't always using it. They used edition from the OMG girls because they had like different LOL dolls. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like when they used theirs, then that's when T.I. and them was like, nah, that looked exactly like my daughter's. You know what I'm saying? Especially Tiny, she was on it because that was her group.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And Lil Wayne's daughter was in it. And
yeah. Do you think Lil Wayne got broke off?
I'm pretty sure they got a little piece of change.
Probably so, huh? Yeah. You know how they keep everything
the daughter
private.
did, at least, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she's old enough to get her own bag now, man.
But shouts out to them. Hey, you know,
best of luck to that.
In other Atlanta news, though, you know what I want to bring up?
Yeah.
That man Ralo. So
yeah.
So you know, him and Boosie and everybody keep going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's been saying that he'll show anybody his paperwork and he wants them to pull up and he didn't snitch. He made up someone fake, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that that they should be still going against him if he's willing to show them the paperwork at this point? And he's saying that, you know, it's all fake and y'all just trying to throw me under the bus for no reason.
And I think that's what it is. It's just because he got out of jail like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just trying to put that label over his head. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he got paperwork. Everybody got paperwork. So the truth's going to come out sooner or later. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
but
Big
it's
Ralo,
pointless for them to beef. My bad.
You know, that dude from Fam Goon, he said that he got kicked out of Fam Goon because he stole the chain or something like that. And Ralo said, you know, some things you can't come back from, right? But he also made a lot of allegations about Ralo.
Yeah, because he's Muslim and they're big about stealing and shit. They don't play that.
But the guy that he got kicked out, he said that he never stole nothing. You know, he still got the chain. And he said that he went against Ralo because he bringing a lot of gang and drug dealing into the Muslim, trying to cover it up with that.
That sounds about right.
I want to get your opinion on that. Do you feel like Ralo uses the Muslims and shit like that to sell drugs?
Now that you're saying that, yeah, because he got to. He's trying to wash his image a little bit, but he's too far into the game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To get that dirt off him, but yeah, he get. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's clashing, so you got to take the best of it. Like you mean?
Yeah, because it was a
street shit's gonna only last. You know what I mean?
And it was a hard argument when you think about it. Because
that's facts for sure.
Because he was like, man, you know, you got all these people, you convert them into Muslims, but they all like gangsters, they all killers, and they ain't really following it like that.
Nah, and you see that a lot, like Lil Durk and all these people. You know what I mean?
So, in your opinion, would you say they're just doing it to put on a show, or do you think they're genuine?
No, I think they're genuine. It's just that where they came from. You know what I mean? They're trying to change, but it's, you know what I mean? They did so much bad, it's hard to get off them. Like, you know what I mean?
Like it's embedded in them.
Yeah.
And so even though they're...
So whatever they do, it's going to look bad for sure.
Yeah, because
like even if you wanted to be a Christian or something, my bad.
Yeah, because in my humble opinion, I believe that when you use people to transport drugs, right, and push an agenda of violence behind the scenes.
No, that just makes the whole Muslim culture look bad.
Like, yeah, and I don't think, and like he said, like Muslims ain't even supposed to be rapping, you know?
Nope, yeah, facts.
Yeah, so it's a lot of different things that they already sending. Kevin Gates knows this. He said, you know, Lil Durk knows this. They shouldn't even be.
A few.
Yeah, they shouldn't even be rapping, but you know they doing it to feed their families, and I understand. But like he said, just because you buy city blocks and just because you're doing all this, don't mean that you ain't a drug member and a drug dealer and a gang member at the end of the day.
You know what that is? That's just a darker force driving that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they want to be Muslim, but they still gotta dabble in with the negativity in this. You know what I mean?
I think God sees everything at the end of the day.
For sure.
So when you do things like this, you just got to realize that, you know, God's looking down, right? And he sees if you're still transporting drugs. Because Ralo said, you know, what I noticed in his interview, he made it very clear that all the stuff he's getting now is from rap checks. Like Empire gave him this check and he put a 50 with this and he put a 20 with this, and Lil Durk gave him some money and he put money.
Because he's been moving so much weight, he has to do that now. You know what I mean?
Make it legitimate, correct? Yeah. So I understand that. I just hope the man still ain't because, you know, before he went to prison, he was doing exactly what the OG that got kicked out of Fam Goon said. You know, he was definitely using the Muslims and the Muslim cover to sell drugs, you know. And no matter what,
a lot of them do. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So hopefully, you know, he had a change in his heart, because I don't want to speak down on no man.
Facts.
And I know that every man's capable of changing. You know what I mean? So hopefully in his heart, you know, he could look at things correctly and be like, all right, well, I'm going to do everything correctly from this point, because God do forgive. You know, Allah forgive no matter what. We all know that. So I hope he's trying to take the high road, you know?
But you know how easy it is to get back into your old ways and shit. You know what I mean?
Especially when it deals
fast money.
Especially when it's dealing with money. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to the money, then you know people do anything. Out to
Ralo, man. Best of luck. Keep doing what you do. Just do it right, man.
And I think historically, right?
Yeah.
Every single gang, whether it's Norteños, whether it's Serranos, whether it's Bloods, whether it's Crips, whether it's the Aryan Brotherhood, they all use the cover of a certain type of philosophy or, you know, something like that to benefit selling drugs. And, you know, and some of them do hide under the cover of being, you know, Christians or Muslims, and they use that.
Just like the government, bro. Just like the government.
And just like the mob. Remember back in the day, they used to say, forgive me, I have sinned in the Catholic churches and stuff. They try to bring religion.
And shit.
Yeah, they try to bring religion into the gang and make it okay for the things that they were doing, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just feel like I hope, you know, people get right with God, though.
No, that's facts. Only God knows, man.
Facts, man.